Hello guys, this is Super Pole-Jitsu. My name's Andy and I'm very excited to get this channel started out. This video is going to introduce the channel, its goals, and the Super Pole Riders game itself. Let's get started! First of all, what is this game all about? Super Pole Riders is a 2 to 4 players dueling game. There are 5 maps available in the game, one of which needs to be unlocked by performing a specific stunt. All of the maps have distinct features that greatly impact gameplay. Each player controls their character with one analog stick and their pole with the other. It is best to think of your pole as your actual character, since it will be the one doing almost all of the work. Now, before I jump into the game mechanics, I would like to share a thought about the game itself. I'm a passionate student of martial arts. I'm doing BJJ right now, but I consume many sources of knowledge about MMA, wrestling, and other combat sports. What made me fall in love with Super Pole Riders is how much the gameplay actually resembles a grappling match. If you're a grappler or do other martial arts, I would highly recommend for you to check this game out. For this reason, many of the moves will get names after martial arts and techniques. Now let's discuss some basic game mechanics. The pole is unnaturally strong and the player's arms have infinite strength to swing it. For more details about how the pole control was programmed, I highly recommend for you to watch an interview with the game creator, Gudie. Something you should know about controlling the pole is that you're actually in control of its tip. The tip tries to align itself with the direction you're pointing your analog stick towards. As you can see on the little gamepad on the screen, as I'm pushing my stick upwards, the pole is erect, and it closely follows my rotation. Now watch what happens when I direct my analog stick towards the ground. Since the pole cannot burrow itself underground, it starts bending, creating a spring-like mechanism that I'm able to use to perform a jumping move with my character. Now, the jumps can be quick, slow, high, or flat, depending on how I shape the pressure of the pole in the initial phase of the jump. This might seem complicated now, but trust me, the hardest part was putting it into words. This whole process will become more intuitive to you after a few games of practice, to the point when you'll be able to jump in your desired fashion almost every single time. A good rule of thumb about jumping is, you always jump in the direction of your pole. When my pole is on the right side of my character, it jumps to the right side, and vice versa. The objective of the game is to win and score with the opposing team by getting the ball to their goal. This can be done in 2 main ways, by kicking it or pushing it with your pole. Pushing the ball is pretty straightforward. All you have to do is raise your pole, get your character in the right posture, and march forward with the ball. This is a very strong tactic, especially on maps where the ball is hanging low. When your opponent starts doing the same thing, however, it can become quite tricky. This is the part of the game that I call wrestling. I'll make a separate video on this topic, in which I will tell you everything you need to know to successfully wrestle your opponent. Jumping can be unintuitive at first, but even a slight edge in this skill can cause tremendous difference in outcome. You perform a jump by pushing your pole into the ground, using the ground's reaction force to gain momentum. When your character touches the ball, it gets kicked with extra force, signified by a special animation. Please note that this only occurs when pushing the ball towards your opponent's goal. You don't get extra energy when pushing the ball back. Jumping is another very important skill to master, so expect a follow-up video of jumping techniques. You can interact with your opponent by jumping on top of them. When 2 player models collide, the one that is above wins the confrontation and knocks their opponent out for several seconds. Then, the knocked out player respawns near their goal. Should the match end with a draw, the sudden death mode starts. The game lasts until the first goal is scored, or until all members of a team get knocked out. Okay guys, so this is it for the absolute basics. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments section, and I will see you next time.